Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a lucky couple in love that loves reacting to The Legend of Korra.
Yes, we do.
This is season 3 finale. Season 3, episode 13 that we're checking out today.
Big one.
Yeah, it is. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Once we administer this poison, your body will naturally react, forcing you into the Avatar state in an effort to keep you alive. You'll be entering it for the last time.
The Avatar cycle!
The cycle will end. We will forge a world without kings and queens, where a man's only allegiance is to himself.
Just like it was in the beginning. And then they formed nations, kings and queens.
Civilizations.
Yeah.
Your name will echo throughout history. Korra, the last Avatar.
Yeah, Jinora. Ooh.
Janora's mad.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find a way out soon.
They might not make it that long.
Ooh. Okay, so...
Korra will come to save us, right? I think we're gonna have to do this on our own.
Administer the poison. Take her out.
I mean, I think the lava's probably enough. Everything else is just overkill.
Wait. Why isn't she staying in the Avatar state? She can't resist for long.
She can resist for long enough, though.
That's it. Down there, Lefty.
His name is Lefty. Aww.
Oof. Tenzin looks rough.
Don't worry. I'm not coming out without our children and the rest of your people.
It's working.
I told you, Korra. The world.
Ooh. Is she gonna see Unalak too? Yep.
Let go. Let go.
That is a cracked out look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thirsty!
Keep it down over there, or you're all gonna end up like them.
Please, could we just have some water? There are children and a baby here.
What could a little water do? It's not like they have a waterbender in there. Ooh, nice. Good job, Jinora. Sweet.
So you just called me over to attack me. Now nobody gets any water. I don't know how we ended up here in daycare while everyone else gets to watch the Avatar being destroyed. I can hold a bowl of poison.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Ha! Yeah, nice try.
Don't
Oh!
don't mess with Mama
Hell
Bear.
yeah,
and
Asami!
Badass.
Right? She's jumping right in there.
Me too.
Oh, Colin. So who's gonna tell him they're trying to destroy the Avatar?
Mm-hmm. Well, Janora's kind of the only one that knows.
Yeah, but she had told them, so like they need to tell the other group.
You guys get everyone out of here. I'll search for Korra.
We're going with you.
I know exactly where she's being held.
There you go. Just a little bit longer, Korra.
Hang on, Korra.
Shit.
Now!
Ha! Nice!
Well done.
Come on, right back at you, buddy.
Damn, she's badass.
Yep, she can't bend platinum, but she can break the shit out of it. You wanted the Avatar? You got it!
Ooh, she's got feet rockets.
Alright, lava bend off time. Yeah, no more running.
How good are you at flying?
It's a little bit better at flying than her, I guess. Because she needs the boosts. Oh, shit!
Thank goodness you're all right.
Honey, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Yeah, he looks great.
We have to help Korra.
Payback, come on, Mako. Yeah,
What are
Bullen.
you smiling about? I was just remembering the last time we fought.
Oh, things have been a little bit different
Yep.
since then.
Ha. Nice.
Let's see what you got.
Okay. Show him, Bullen. Ah, this music's pretty perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Cool ass battle. Oof. Nice. Bring him down a little bit.
Oh no, the poison.
You can't fight me and the poison.
I can fly up on my bison to help her.
You'd never be able to keep up with Zahir.
We have to do something!
Yep.
There haven't been this many airbenders in one place for a long time either. We have power together.
Yeah, Jinora.
Follow me!
Way to go, kid.
Mm-hmm.
You have no water. It's over.
Not yet.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Mako. Played right into her.
Ooh. It's a cool image. You went right into her web.
Yep.
Sweet. Smart.
Well done, Mako.
Mm-hmm. I forgot I can electric bend. Oh, Shippolin. Yeah.
Give up, Kazan. You can't win.
I'm never going back to prison.
All right. Time to
Time to
leave.
go.
Yeah, and let him just kill himself.
Yeah.
Ow. Ow.
Seriously. All right, you airbenders. Any flipping time.
Oof. Your ankles are broken.
Yeah,
Surprised
for
she's not
sure.
The poison has done its work. The Avatar cycle will be over momentarily.
Yeah, you cheating bastard, because you could never defeat her one-on-one.
Dead. Son of a bitch. There you go. All right, but hurry up. I don't. She's like almost out of breath. Come on. Keep pulling them in. Yep. You can't hold on to her and escape. Ha!
You're not
Yes.
going anywhere.
Like the Balrog did to Gandalf.
Yep.
All right, how can you get the poison out of her, though? Huh.
Her aunt, Kaya.
Sweetheart, it's me, Dad. Please hang on.
But she's like no shape to heal, I don't think.
What are you laughing about?
You're too late. The poison's been in her system too long. The Red Lotus has won.
The poison is metallic.
There you go.
How about we administer it to Zahir?
You're alive.
And the Red Lotus lost.
I'm never gonna let you go.
The revolution has already begun. Chaos is the natural order of all.
Thank you.
You see what I did there? I put a sock in it.
Oh,
Yes,
fantastic.
Bolin. Yes. Oh, I just wanted them to end it there. That was just the perfect ending. Although, more Sami's not bad.
All fixed up for a formal Avatar appearance. Take a look. It's great. You know,
You look happy.
nobody expects you to bounce back right away. It's only been 2 weeks.
Oh.
You need time to heal.
You fell down like a mountain.
A few times.
But let's just try to enjoy this today. For Jinora, you're right. Okay, let's go.
Is she getting her tattoos?
You look beautiful, sweetie.
You're looking stronger every day, Korra.
I'd like to officially welcome you back to Republic City.
Shove it.
The last time we saw each other, it didn't end on the best terms.
Why was
I want to
that?
thank you for taking down those Red Lotus terrorists.
And saving the city again.
Janora's already inside. It smells like shoe trees.
Shoot tree.
She's not looking good.
Neither would you if you'd gone through what she has.
She'll be fine. She just needs time to heal. The poison took a great toll.
Of course.
Again, we still don't know how many Red Lotus members might be out there.
With the world getting more and more dangerous, we need the Avatar now more than ever.
Oh, now you appreciate
Yeah,
her.
exactly.
Zuko can say this shit. You can't.
Right?
You need to shut it.
Today, we welcome the first airbending master in a generation, and I couldn't be more proud of my daughter. When the existence of our people was threatened, when the Avatar's life hung in the balance, Jinora never gave up hope. Thanks to her leadership, I see a very bright future for the Air Nation. Of course, there would be no Air Nation without Avatar Korra. She opened the portals and somehow the world began anew for us. and she was even willing to lay down her own life in order to protect ours. So while she recuperates, the Air Nation will reclaim its nomadic roots and roam the earth. But unlike our ancestors, we will serve people of all nations. I vow that we will do everything in our power to follow in your footsteps and bring harmony. Now, let us anoint the Master who will help lead us in our new path.
Nice. I mean, they should have ended it on Bolin's line, because that was such a better uplifting moment than Korra like crying and just a shell of herself. And now we get mopey Korra probably next season. Ugh.
I will say, as challenging as this was for her, and as tough as it was as the audience to watch it, because we are attached to Korra, I'm trying to be silver linings here a little bit. In that Korra loved to throw herself headfirst into danger.
Yeah.
She was very
brash.
Yes, the perfect word, brash. And that's part of what we loved about her was her courage and her willingness to do that. At the same time, I think learning right now in this season, and particularly in these last couple of episodes, the extreme vulnerability, not just for herself, but for the Avatar as a thing, and an entire line of her predecessors. I think that's good. To like make her stop and think. It's a tough lesson, but I feel like when she comes out of this on the other side, she's going to be stronger for it, and particularly stronger mentally.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, it was great seeing Mako and Bolin finally beat those other two benders. Especially Mako coming through and like doing the electrocution. Very smart. I completely forgot that he was able to do that.
So did I.
And you know, Bolin, I mean, it was fitting because like it would have been a little bit much to ask for Bolin to like completely take that guy out, since like Bolin just learned to lava bend.
Yeah.
And that guy was like a lava bending master. So I like the way they handled that, where it's like, okay, no, like Bolin was able to hold his own enough to stay alive, to get to have Mako then join him, and then the guy just kind of like, we didn't see him die. We didn't see her. I mean, she got electrocuted. I mean,
well, and her little water cave was beneath the other cave that got pulled in. I mean, so like
you can assume
strong assumptions they're dead.
Yeah, strong assumptions they're dead, but you know, you don't actually see it happen. Then they could be alive and they could continue, since like, you know, the Red Lotus is still out there.
It's true.
It's what they tease at the end of this. But yeah, I mean, it was a great battle between Korra and Zahir at the end as well. Like that, just like, you know, flying through there. I don't know, it's like getting like Superman vibes or something like that. So it was pretty cool. I like how they handled that, because all right, Korra would wipe the floor with him, even though he's learning at a great rate and he's very impressive himself and he's able to fly and everything like that. Like Korra in the Avatar state could just take him out eventually. But the fact that she had to battle him and the poison, that was good.
I also think the other great thing about that fight was everyone's so dependent on Korra. Like, Korra's our MVP. If we can't get it done, it's fine, because there's Korra, she'll get it done. And I think Korra puts that pressure on herself too. So what I loved was with Janora's growth and evolution in her own power and her own strategy, getting everyone together, like seeing, okay, well, yeah, he has this incredible strength that people haven't had for however many years, but what's our strength? That we exist, that there are so many. Like she was very smart and came up with a plan very quickly at the right moment. And I don't think that's like she got lucky, but no, I think that's Janora. That's the strength that she's developing. And so she came in with all the airbenders to help Korra. In other words, saving the world is not a one-person job. It is a team effort.
Yeah.
And I love the other piece that kind of goes with that is the opposite philosophies of Tenzin and Zahir. Zahir is all, every man for himself, and his loved ones, which I don't know, the way he said it was not out of care for the loved ones as much as like not wanting to lose something that's yours. It still felt so selfish and self-centered. Whereas Tenzin was like, we, the air nomads, are going to go out into the world and do service, not just to other airbenders, but to everyone. And so like the differing philosophies and seeing which one winds up winning at the end of the day, I just really like that too.
So I'm not saying they should have done it, and it would have definitely changed the tone of things, and it would have been completely inappropriate, and it would have like just ruined the mood, like the tension that was building in that moment. But when Korra was seeing like Amon, and then she saw Unalaq, the third person, I was like, please have it be like Varric and be like, you can do this, Korra! Like...
Yes, that would have been a very different scene.
Yeah, like, you know, I just want Varric to come in and say something kooky and just like, do the thing, Korra, do the thing.
That would have been hilarious. Different show. That's like the abridged version. That's the Legend of Korra abridged.
Okay, that's the Legend of Korra bridge. But yeah, I mean, there was a small part of me that was hoping that was going to happen. I'm like, it's not. I was wondering who it was going to turn into, and it was cool that it turned into Vatu, right? Vatu's the bad one. Okay. Yeah. I know we got those confused in like one of our talkbacks, Vatu and Rava. So yeah, I mean, like it makes sense that was the third person who turned into, especially in this cool way, like using like the water bender, like with her arms and everything like that. And, cool morphing. Actually reminded me of we just saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on the Pantages Theater. And there was a scene like where like people like are on stage like they used the Polyjuice potion. It was cool how they did it on stage. Anyways.
It involved arms is where he's going with that.
Yeah, exactly.
For Zahir, as an audience member, I love what it did to me to hear him laughing at Korra's death. And there was a part of me that's like, I don't understand how everybody around him has self-control right now. Like, I would be slapping the shit out of his stupid little head right now if I could. And everybody was like, focus on Korra, rightfully so, and they should be. But then the moment when it changes and he's having his little tantrum because the payoff of that was so good. Like, but what I appreciated so much was as an audience member, my emotions just going from one end to the other in a very short order. Like, they're doing good writing and good characters when they can have that effect on you.
Yeah, I agree. That's also like, I mean, Zahir, it's probably going to break out again next season. I mean, so they left him alive as well. So you leave these villains alive and they can come back and bite you in the ass. So Zahir was a good villain this season. It was a nice sort of like journey with him. Like, I mean, there's time where like, oh, there's the mystery of him, like the other like team that he's building up. Then there's this part where you're like, okay, well, I don't, like your methods and what you're doing, but like, I at least kind of like had like a little bit like I don't know if like respect's the right word for it, but I'm just like, all right, yeah, I think respect for him. I'm just like, okay, you're like an interesting character. And like I don't agree with what your philosophy is, but like at least you're like fighting for like a cause instead of like just like power or anything like that, like Unalaq was. But then they switched it, and then he was just killing people, and like it was a nice little like I don't know, I guess a journey for him with that character.
Yeah, he was more complicated.
Yeah,
which makes it more interesting for us as the audience. One aspect of him that I respected initially, trust me, by the end, my whole I want to slap the shit out of him, no respect, no love lost there.
Exactly.
But it initially was his tactics of diplomacy and his sort of attempt to win people over to his philosophy. So on that end, I'm like, okay, you're not just coming out like a power hungry psychopath like Unalaq. Like you have a belief structure, albeit I find it fundamentally flawed, but you have it. And you are actively trying to recruit people into this belief. So, okay, you stand for something, you're going to practice it, and you're going to hope to win people over. That in and of itself, as a start, is fine. But then as you're not winning people over, you're turning more and more violent and more assertive and dominating with your views. Like now you've lost me and you've lost my respect.
Yeah. So who are your 5 favorite characters from the season?
Asami. She's had so many great moments, but like that moment that you rightfully called out at the end, like I was focusing on Lynn's sister and I was like, don't piss off the mama bear because she came in, but like, man, Asami was right there with her.
Yeah.
I mean, just no hesitation, right in the moment. And I love the friendship between Asami and Korra that has built up over the season. It was one thing I was talking with some of our patrons in the comments and somebody talked about the evolution of Asami, and I agreed on what a great journey it was. And I said, my fear with her, because she starts out as just the pretty love interest in book 1, is that as the sort of love triangle world got played out to its end, that would mean the end of Asami. And I was really pleased to see that, in fact, that's not the case, that she gets to be a woman in her own right, and her character has a story of its own and gets to have this friendship with Korra kind of separate from the world of Mako.
Yeah. All right, that's one.
So that's one. Bolin. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Bolin. For all of the humor he brought, for the put a sock in it line, if nothing else, but he had a ton of great moments all season. Mako, for coming into his own independent story and his own independent character strengths, separate from a love triangle, and having really good detective instincts. He's, again, Asami and Mako, both way more interesting as individual characters than they ever were in a love triangle. So I'm really happy with how that's come about. Lynn.
Okay.
For the journey with her family, with her sister, and kind of confronting her past a bit and confronting her own perhaps prejudices around sort of her sister and their different upbringings that they had and kind of the chip on her shoulder that she was hanging on to for so long. I think that was sort of a toxic weight to have to carry that she'd been carrying for so long, but I don't think it was easy to give up either. And so I think that was a big journey for her. I also was happy to see more of Lynn and not just her coming in as like a pseudo bodyguard for the occasional right moment. And then Tenzin. I'm going to put this as, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Tenzin / Jinora.
Okay.
I'm going to have them both in there. One for representing the evolution of the airbenders in this new phase where we have airbenders. And I think for both of them, they went through some pretty incredible journeys in this particular season. And their journeys were often connected. So that's how I'm going to cheat and slide an extra person in there.
I mean, you pretty much got all of mine. Like, I was surprised you put Mako in there. Because I'm like, oh man, I'm like, okay, I'll have Mako. Mako will probably be a little bit different, but no, you had Mako as well, and all the reasons like you listed for all of them is pretty much the same ones that I had. Tenzin, like, I was gonna put in there just for no other reason. If for no other reason than like his awesome fight with Zahir.
Yep.
And just seeing that like that side of Tenzin was so cool to see. So like I enjoyed that moment so much. It was very well earned. And then so I guess my fifth spot instead of Lin would be for Zahir for being a really interesting villain and complex villain and a fun villain for this. Like a lot more fun for me than Unalaq was. He's up there with Amon. I think I like Amon better. That whole mystery, like unraveling that whole thing was just was so much fun. And like just like the whole, I know they only thought it was gonna be one season, like that's why like they wrapped it all up like that, but I kind of like that they did. So I like that his whole thing was complete, whereas like, you know, Zahir's still out there and still loose, and his like story hasn't seemed complete yet.
That's only because we didn't punch him when he was in the stone prison.
Yeah, exactly.
If we'd done that, it would have been fine.
Yeah, and he affected me, you know. I mean, like there's part, you know, make me just want to slap him, and when he was having his little temper tantrum, just like you summed it up perfectly, like the switch from him laughing to then him having the temper tantrum and acting like a little bitch. You're like, yes. Yeah. I'm not surprised that Pabu and Naga weren't in our top 5 because they weren't really utilized that much this season.
Yep.
So it's great that Asami came back, and Asami, like they used a lot more than they did in season 2. I think that's great. So I was really happy about that. Whenever Naga and Pabu were on screen, like they used the most of it, and they did great. But Pabu, like, you know, and Naga, I just hoping for more of them for season 4. Because, you know, they never lost that in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Momo and Appa were always a big part of it, even like with everything else that was going on. So hopefully they can get back in the top 5 next season.
I agree. It's like I wanted to put them in there just because it's Pabu and Naga, and as I was thinking of my top 5 and kind of going through my analysis, I thought I really can't justify it though.
Yeah,
like my justification is just they're Pabu and Naga, which in and of itself is kind of enough, but at the same time, like we got some really great characters this season and some really great character arcs and developments.
Yeah, it's no knock on Naga and Pabu, and if anything, it's just a testament to how great this season was and how many good characters there were in it. Even Sue, you know, special mention for honorary mention for her in our top 5. Didn't make the cut, but still a good character, added a good dynamic to everything. Had us questioning her loyalties at one point to see, like, you know, was she in on the whole inside job to try to take down Korra and everything. I'm glad to see that she wasn't, and that she came through in the end to save Korra as well. Like adding some new characters into this already established show from 2 seasons, and like those characters have an effect on me, and enjoying them.
I mean, you said it perfectly.
I think I like this more than book 2. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Did you like it better than book 1 or?
Aspects of it, I agree with you. I think the villain in book 1, like sort of that shadowy underground organization with that leader who's trying to lead a revolution, and like all that was, to me, more interesting to go through the entire season and unravel the mystery of that. And I mean, he was pretty terrifying. He can take away bending. So like they came out with book 1 with like their ace up the sleeve in terms of strong villains. That being said, the love story, the love triangle, not enough Bolin, like those elements, I'm like, well,
but more Naga and Pabu.
Like, so yeah, villain, Naga, Pabu, book 1.
Yeah.
Generally better character development and better like characters coming into their own strengths and being able to use those effectively, book 3.
Yeah. I mean, I think book 1's still my favorite just because of like the hook that it had on the show, and like, you know, the 1920s vibe that like it introduced and everything, and getting some of the nostalgic characters in there as well. We did not see Toph, which I'm hoping that we see Toph in chapter 4 because they mentioned that she's still out there. So I'm hoping that we see Toph in chapter 4. But yeah, I mean, like, so book 3 was great as well though. So I mean, like it's one and 1A or whatever, 1A, 1B, whatever you want to say. But like they're neck and neck for me, book 1 and book 3.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Let us know your favorites down below in the comments. And if you want to jump ahead to season 4, you can do that right here. Hit the little join button. You can get ahead, early access in our YouTube membership. And if you want early ad-free access and full watch-along reactions, then consider joining Patreon. Links in the description of the video.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching The Legend of Korra with us. But just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.